Hello, everybody. This is Gary Newbon inviting you to the meeting of the Top of the Bill on Friday, December the 11th at the Fly By Night production ready purpose-built studios in Redditch, that's near Birmingham, for the Mick Hennessy show that is live on free-to-air in the UK, Channel 5. Welcome, gentlemen. First of all, Ashley, you're the oldest by a long way at 40. What's left in your tank as you go for your 60th fight?
Well, I guess we're gonna have to wait till the fight night. I've started to spar. The sparring's going good, but you never know what is left until you're in the ring. So we'll have to see, I guess.
You don't want to be messing around with Sam though, because he's an all-action fighter and he'll come flying at you.
Well, you know what? That's why it's kind of great. Like being real. Like he's so young, but he's done so much. So for me, in my head, I want this to be my last fight here. So win or lose, it would be great fight to go against Sam. So for me, I don't have to try to diss Sam to say I've achieved more, because he's achieved so much, and I know that he can go on to do more. So for me, I'm coming there to win, but I won't know what is there until I'm actually in the ring. So it's going to be a very good fight.
Well, certainly. Styles make fights, Sam. We know you're an all-action Rocky type guy. I think you'll find Ashley very clever and very ring smart. He's been around the world so much. So what chance have you really got in this fight?
Like you say, he's clever. He's well-travelled. All this, and it's a fight of two halves, isn't it? I'm young. I've had the experience, and so has he. He's probably got a bit more than me, but it's a good fight. I got all respect for Ashley. Look at what he's done, but like I say, I've got to come to win the fight. And if I don't win, I'm in a really sticky situation. So I've got to come and I've got to win this fight, and I've got to look good doing it.
It seems to be that this fight is so important to both of you that retirement could well beckon the loser. Would that be a fair comment, boys?
Pretty much.
You know what? I will say this for Sam. Even if you do lose, Sam, you 100% can come back, because I've known guys who have lost 10 times and they've still become world champs. So the way you are, you go all over the world and you will fight every man. I know that you can go on to do what you are going to do, or what you want to do. So regardless, if you win, if I win, you can still go on and do much more. But for me, I've done everything that I wanted to do. So for me, this is great for me to sign off and fight a man like Sam, who comes to fight and he wants to knock me out. So you know what I'm saying? So that's just more a motivation, like, for me to go in there and to train hard, because I don't want to be KO'd.
But Theo, you have, Ashley Theophane, you have fought for the world title. You lost at
I have.
Rona, which was no disgrace.
Yeah.
Sam says he'll retire after he's fought for the world title. But if he doesn't beat you, he won't be fighting for a world title.
Yeah, for real. But you know what? Going in the ring with me, I think if I've got what I think I got left, I think it will be a great fight, because I can box, I can fight. So there's going to be times in the fight that I have to stand there and I've got to trade with Sam, because you can't run away. So I think as long as this fight lasts, like Sam's been stopped, I have been stopped, it could go by like a KO. Like one of us could win by KO. So it's a fight that could go either way. Hence, I done the next interview and I said, I don't know if I'm going to win, but I'm coming in there like to win. But it's a fight that could go to the man who's got the age, or it could go to me. So it's a very good fight, because I don't know who is going to win.
Ashley, you haven't answered my question. If he doesn't beat you, he doesn't get that world title fight.
Well, you know what it is. I know we have to promote the fight, but are you 26, Sam?
27.
27. Like, I've known guys who didn't get their world shot till like 10 years time, and they still went on to do it. So people will say, if he loses to me, he can't do it, but he can. You know what I mean? I'm just going to be real. I still believe whatever happens in this fight, he can go to the world. Because I'm no slouch. I've done it the hard way. It took me like 13 years or whatever it is to fight for the world belt. So I've had to do it the hard way. And Sam's doing it the hard way now. So it is what it is. He still can. Win or lose, he can.
It's 12 rounds. They're hoping to
Yeah.
get a title. Mick Hennessy's trying hard to get a title, but it's definitely 12 rounds. Who's going to last the 12 rounds better?
Like you say, it's a fight of two halves. You know, he's got the experience. I've got the age. So he's got the experience of doing the rounds, and I've got the age on my side where, you know, I'm young and I'm ready to go. So it's a fight of two halves. It's whoever, you know, wants it more. But you know, even after my last fight, you know, I don't get no favors by any judge. So I'm definitely not trying to do 12 rounds because I never get any of them little favors that a lot of boxers get. So I'm not trying to do 12 rounds. I'm going in there and like you said, the old saying, you don't get paid overtime in boxing. So you know, the earlier the better.
The bad news for you, Ashley, is that if it is a title fight and it does go to judges, it might be better for Sam because he hasn't been the home boxer where he's got the bad result. Yeah. And now he's on his own patch.
Yeah. Well, it's nice for Sam, but the same way that Sam has said that he's never been done well by, you know, the free men, it's the same way as me. Like I've never had a gift decision. So for me, it's the same way. If I can get the KO off Sam, I'll try to get it. But I just want to go in there and just try to get the win. So I'm training for a hard 12 rounds, and whatever goes. So it's all good. You know what I mean?
You fought under the Floyd Mayweather banner. How much advantage does that give you, having been in that camp and having fought for a world title against Sam?
Well, you know, there's loads that I've learned off Floyd that I implement in the way I train now. But it's also about being very smart. You have to be smart in the ring. And Floyd fought a lot of guys like Sam who like to come and they like to bring it. So to fight Sam, for me, I've fought a lot of guys like Sam, but it's just again to see how much I have left on the night. So this is why I'm sparring with a lot of these young guys now, because I want them to bring the heat in the gym. So when I do go in the ring with Sam, like I've been there. So I'm training hard, and I expect a war. If it goes to 12 rounds, cool. If it doesn't, like, so be it. But I'm training like for a war because I expect a war. So it is what it is.
Amazing thing about you, Sam, is we keep writing you off. I mean, you got stopped in 2 rounds. I was at the fight in Birmingham in the indoor arena against a relatively unknown African. I thought, well, that's the end of Sam. And Barry Hearn, bless him, nearly wrote you off at a lunch we were all at, but he didn't. What is it about you? Just when you're doing well, you lose the fight, and then we say, well, that's the end of Sam Eggington, and then you come back again.
I don't know, Pat. It's just, you know, it's a mentality you have in it. Some people, you know, live off, you know, beating records and, you know, winning every fight. Some of us just like to get in there, do our job, and go home. You know, I enjoy boxing. You know, I enjoy what I do. So, a loss is not going to make me, you know, get up and quit. So it is what it is, and it's just it's a mentality. You either got it or you ain't.
Do you take too many punches though?
A lot of people say that, but you know, I'm all right for now. So we'll see. We'll see.
He does actually. He take. I mean, you won't miss him, but he may beat you, but you won't miss him.
Yeah. Nah, you know it is. Sam's old school, so that's why I looked at what you've done and what you've achieved, Sam, and I was like, yo, wow, like this guy's so young and he's lost and he's come back. So like respect, you know what I mean? I got respect because the way you've had to do your career, not a lot of guys can do that. So that's why me going against you, yeah, I respect you. It's not, I haven't fought home for 8 years, but to come back home to fight a man like you, it's a great way for me to like sign off.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
Do you know something? You're both meant to dislike each other before the fight. You could be in love the way it's going.
See how long it took to
Hey,
do this
we
press
can
conference?
talk
They was
cool with each
expecting
other,
all
but we're
out
still gonna go in there and
arguments.
war.
Huh?
Yeah, but it's all good. We can talk cool, but we're still gonna go in there and we're gonna have a war. So you know what I mean? It's all good.
Sam, if I was asking you to read the fight now beforehand,
Yeah.
how would you see it? Would you see it? You're the all-action Rocky boy. He's the clever, experienced globetrotter who's fought for a world title. How do you see the fight going?
It's hard to say. I only see the fight going how I want it to go. That's how I'm training for. I'm going for a win, and an early night if it's there. So I'm not gonna go and say, he could out jab me, out point me, blah blah blah. It's not gonna go like that. I only see it going one way, and that's and I'll win. So that's how I see the fight going. It's that simple.
What's the difference in your training for this fight then? Because this is a really important fight for you.
Everyone always asks me what's the difference. I don't train different every fight. I train the same. I train as hard for one fight as I do for another. The sparring might change, depending on the opponent, but I always, you have to ask, the people around me. I train hard, every camp. The spot, like I said, sparring might change, but past the sparring changing, I do everything, proper, and I always give it 100%.
Ashley, have you fought someone with Sam's style many times?
Hey, to tell you the truth, I've only watched one fight of Sam so far, and that's when he stopped Paul Ollie. So I got to watch Sam some more, but I've heard that he likes to come and have a war. So for me, I just expect a war, and then I'm gonna watch Sam to see little things that he does, because we all have little tells on what we like to do. But I'm training for a war, and I'm sparring a lot of these young guys that just want to try to beat me up and just want to bring that fast pace. So I can't in my mind I expect Sam to just kind of to jump on me and to take me out. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna go down like that. But I expect him to come at me very fast and to come swinging, and it depends if I'm gonna stand there and fight or if I'm gonna try and box him. So it could go two different ways. I'm either gonna stand there and fight, or I'm going to try and box.
You won't go into a shell though, will you? He won't allow you to.
Well, there's nothing to go into a show. If a man's swinging at you, you got to swing back. So there's no going to a shell. You know what I mean? Like, and I have, and as well, I haven't fought back home for 8 years, and it's gonna be on TV. So I don't want to go out like no punk. So at the end of the day, win or lose, we're gonna have a good fight, and yeah, like it's gonna be very good. You know what I mean? So in my mind, I'm training for a win. Everything I'm doing is for a win. Like, you know what I mean? So I talk about if I lose, but I'm training for a win. It's just what goes down on the night. You know what I mean? As you said, what do I have left? We don't know yet, and it's just gonna come on the night time. I got like bring it together.
Just want to ask you a few personal questions. I mean, Ashley, you're doing a lot to try and help the combat of knife crime. 10 out of 10 for that. What exactly are you involved in on that front?
So basically, I'm just trying to work with the youths around the area, the kids, because a lot of times it's trying to stop them getting into that way of life in the first place, than waiting too long. So I come from that kind of lifestyle, when I was a kid. So for me, it's trying to help the young ones that they don't go that way. Where I didn't have no one to try to help me, I tried to help some kids to don't go that way in the first place.
And have you done well financially out of boxing? Has it been good for you?
I was part of TMT, so I'm good. That's why there's 4 times that Hearn tried to get me to fight his guys, and 4 times I turned down Hearn. So if you can turn down Hearn with his cash, you're doing okay. So hence, this fight came to me. I was already in the gym. I was trying to train for a fight at the end of the year, it told me Sam. I looked at what Sam had done, and I was like, you know what? It's a great fight. So that's why I said yes to this fight with Sam. It's not really about the cash. It's a great way for me to sign off. And before I retire, I wanted to fight back home. Like, that is what kept me from retiring. So me going against Sam is a great way. I wanted to fight back home like so much. So this is a great way for me to fight a man who's actually, don't want to be rude to the others, but I rather fight a man that's actually achieved things than guys who they might achieve it. You know, Sam's gone in there and he did it the hard way. So for me to fight someone like him, Sam is the truth. So for me, it was I'll fight Sam. They just got to pay me right. And, you know, they made the deal and we're here now. So, what's it? 3 weeks time soon. Yeah. 3.5 weeks.
Yeah, it's just around the corner. Friday, the 11th of December on Channel 5 Live, free to air at Redditch. Sam, that sounds like a man, he's turning down the Hearn fighters, who's convinced himself he's going to beat you in his last fight.
Like your man said, you have to see on the night. I just said I'm doing all I can, you know, all I ever do to win the fight. So is he. And on the night we'll turn up and everyone will see what it's about.
So, I mean, you've got an incredible story, Sam, because you lost your job as a forklift driver and you got a baby on the way and, you know, young kid, and you needed the money. Boxing has provided that. Are you still hungry? Do you still need to earn good money? Does the sport still appeal to you that much?
Yeah, like I say, like Theophane said, it's not about the money as such anymore. You know, I'm not, you know, rich, but I'm comfortable. You know, the kids are happy. You know, blah blah blah, and I like to box. I enjoy my job. So, as well as the money, you know, I enjoy what I do. So it's a bit of both, but you know, everyone could do with some more money. So we'll see what goes.
Do you think that a win here against Ashley could get you towards a world title fight?
I think with Ashley, like he just said, you know, he's trained, you know, in America for so long. I think people on both sides of the pond will be watching this fight. So it's not so much of where it's going to put you after the fight, it's of who's watching. And I think a lot of people will be watching the fight because Ashley's involved. And I'm just grateful that I'm on the other side of the ring.
Well, lads, we're looking for a great fight here. I'm really looking forward to it. Just a final point: is this a clash of styles, or is this styles that will make a really good fight? What do you think, first of all, Ashley?
I think this fight can only be a great fight. Whichever way you try to look at this fight, it's going to be a great fight.
Sam?
I think I think it'd be a good fight. I mean, like you said, he's come back. You know, he's first time he's fought in Britain for a while. He wants to look good, and I have to go out and look good. So it can only, you know, stand for a good fight.
Well, we're looking forward to it. Thank you very much indeed. Just to remind everybody, it's Sam Eggington, battle-hardened fighters, these two, and Ashley Theophane meeting at the fly-by-night purpose-built TV production facility in Redditch. But of course, this is behind closed doors. So I would recommend everybody to go to the free-to-air UK channel, Channel 5, for what promises to be, and I really believe them, an absolute humdinger of a top of the card. Gentlemen, back to training. Thanks for joining us. Well, that's where we're going to leave it. Just a reminder that it's Friday, December the 11th at the fly-by-night production purpose-built studios in Redditch, which is near Birmingham. It's behind closed doors, of course, but you can see it live on Channel 5, free to air, of course, and it promises, as I said earlier, to be a terrific fight between two guys who say they're going to produce something really worth watching. Hope you'll join us then. Channel 5.